Your body has a natural weight control system, an internal thermostat that works just like the one regulating your body's temperature. But for most of us, this system is broken. How do I know? Because you here probably have tried everything else. Think about it. Turning every meal into math test by counting endless calories, making pasta your sworn enemy because carbs are supposedly the villain, struggling to squeeze in another exhausting gym session between your work deadlines and family dinner. Let's be honest, who has time or energy for all that? Let me share a story that might sound familiar. Tina came to me after 2 decades of weight loss attempts. She was ready to give up, convinced her body was just meant to be heavy. Like many of my clients, she had lost weight before, 10, 20, even 30 pounds. But it always came back, and usually with interest. Then something clicked. Using the approach I'm about to share with you, Tina lost 70 pounds. But here's what makes her story different. 5 years later, the weight is still off. She enjoys pasta dinner with her family, celebrates birthdays, eating cake, and has not counted a calorie since. Look at the world's healthiest regions like Okinawa, Japan. Their elderly don't count calories or hit the gym, yet they maintain healthy weight well into their 90s while enjoying rice, sweet potatoes, and even pork belly. That's because their body's internal thermostat is still working perfectly. Thomas Edison once said, "Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up." If you've tried and failed before, you're not alone. But what if the problem was not you, but the approaches you were using? I urge you to watch this presentation till the end because I will show you a very different way to approach weight loss, one that works with human nature, not against it. Let's start by confronting an uncomfortable truth about the fitness industry. Imagine an industry that spectacularly failed at its core mission, yet continues to grow richer while its customers grow sicker. The numbers tell a shocking story. While industry revenues soared from 30 billion to over 70 billion annually, obesity rates have more than tripled from 12.6% in 1992 to over 40% today. Think about it. As the industry prospered, Americans' health plummeted. The broader health crisis is equally alarming. Diabetes cases have doubled in 2 decades. Preventable heart disease remains our number one killer. Cancer rates have surged 58% in 30 years. And for the first time in generations, our life expectancy has declined. We're not just failing to progress, we're going backwards. Put this in perspective. If any other industry has such abysmal results, imagine for a second if airline crashes doubled despite billions spent on safety, there would be congressional hearings and demand for complete reform. Yet the fitness industry keeps selling the same failed solutions while profiting from their own ineffectiveness. Their perfect business model, well, sell solutions that don't work, blame the customers when they fail, then repackage and sell them the same solution again. But here's the good news. Today I will present you with a fundamentally different approach, one that works with your body's natural systems instead of against them. One you can actually live with, not just survive through. Most importantly, it provides the reform that the fitness industry desperately needs by working with human nature, not against it. Now, here's a meme that you see a lot on social media. What do you see when you look at this meme? The fitness industry wants you to see a bunch of lazy people who don't have the priorities straight, people who choose the easy way out with drugs and surgery instead of following their advice about lifestyle changes. In other words, they're blaming you for not being able to stick with their advice. But here's the revelation that transformed my entire understanding of why people struggle. What if the lifestyle changes the fitness industry is prescribing are so fundamentally unnatural that they're virtually impossible for busy professionals or pretty much anyone who has a lot going on in their life to maintain? In this presentation, I'll share 3 transformative insights that have the power to change your weight and health for life. First, I'll explain the fundamentals of human nature, showing you why traditional weight loss methods are the problem, not that people try to follow them. Second, I'll reveal how you can follow the example of the world's healthiest regions without giving up your modern lifestyle, making a lean and healthy body not just possible, but natural. And finally, I'll share our proven 4 step process that builds 3 essential pillars into your daily life. Pillars that make health and fitness not just achievable, but effortless to maintain. Now, you might notice something is missing from this presentation: the typical parade of dramatic before and after pictures. There's a good reason for that. You see, the fitness industry loves these transformation photos, those dramatic changes captured just weeks apart. But let me ask you something. What happens 6 months later, or a year later, or 5 years later? Every weight loss program can show you impressive before and after pictures because at the end of the day, all diets work in the short term. But those snapshots don't tell you if they kept the weight off long term, what it really took to achieve those results, whether their method could realistically fit into your busy life. Think about your own experience. How many times have you been inspired by amazing transformation photos only to find out that their method wasn't sustainable for you? That is why I'm taking a very different approach with this presentation. Instead of showing you carefully curated photos and testimonials that you have no way of verifying, I'm going to share something far more valuable: the solid science and proven reasoning behind why my methods work, backed by research that you can actually verify yourself. I'll explain the fundamental principles that make this approach so effective, principles that align with both human nature and the way naturally healthy cultures have maintained their health for generations. I want you to believe in my approach, not because of dramatic photos or emotional testimonials, but because the reasoning makes profound sense to you. Because when you truly understand the why behind these methods, you'll see exactly why they work so consistently and why they're so fundamentally different from traditional approaches that fail 95% of the time. And yes, if you like to see before and after pictures and success stories from my clients, you can find plenty of them on my website. But right now, let's focus on understanding why this approach works so consistently. In the next few minutes, I'm going to pull back the curtain that reveals something that might shock you. The real reason why intelligent, successful people who excel in every other area of their life struggle with their health and weight. What you'll discover is not just another set of tips and tricks, it's a fundamental shift in how you approach health and fitness. Now, 30 years ago, I was the last person anyone would have imagined becoming a fitness expert. And I mean dead last. You know the guy at the pool party, the one who always had an excuse to keep his shirt on, who'd rather do his taxes than hit the gym? That was me. I lived a constant cycle of extreme diets, complicated workout plans, and endless calorie counting. Every morning, I would look in the mirror, make the same old promises to myself, and feel the familiar disappointment. But everything changed because of an unexpected revelation. One day, while I was wrestling with another one of those impossibly detailed meal plans, you know, the kind that you need a PhD in mathematics just to figure out breakfast, my mind drifted back to my childhood in Greece. And that's when it hit me. Something did not add up. The people I grew up around in Greece were living vibrant, active lives well into the 90s. Yet, we never counted a single calorie, never seen inside of a gym. Actually, there were no gyms to begin with. We didn't obsess over our diet or stress about portion sizes. And carbs, well, we ate them freely and joyfully. But here's what really stopped me in my tracks: all those modern diseases we're fighting today, like cancer, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, were significantly rare where I grew up in Greece. That's when it clicked. We've been getting it all wrong. The fitness industry has been leading us down a path that completely misses the point. And that's when I realized something profound. In Greece, being healthy wasn't a project to manage or a goal to achieve. It was simply the natural outcome of daily life. Everything that kept people lean, strong, and healthy happened automatically, as natural as breathing. And this wasn't unique to Greece. Every traditional culture where people maintained naturally fit bodies shared the same secret. They never obsessed about getting healthy. They just lived, and good health was the natural byproduct of their lifestyle. This revelation sparked something in me. I became fascinated with understanding what made these healthy communities so different from our modern world. What was their secret to effortless health? What I uncovered completely transformed not just my understanding of health, but my entire body followed. The answer wasn't hidden in some perfect diet plan or revolutionary workout routine. It wasn't about developing iron will or living a life of restrictions. Instead, the key was surprisingly simple: work with your body's natural systems, not against them. Create habits so natural and sustainable that they maintain themselves automatically. The changes I explained weren't just skin deep. While I did get into the best shape of my life, what happened next felt almost magical. My energy soared, the kind of natural vitality that carries you from sunrise to sunset without coffee. My immune system became so robust that getting sick became a distant memory. And these healthy habits, well, they became as automatic as brushing my teeth. But here's the most fascinating part. My biological age started moving backwards instead of forward. And I'm not talking just about feeling younger, which I did. I meant measurable markers of aging actually reversing. Now, you might be thinking, this must have consumed hours of my day. Actually, the opposite happened. These principles did not steal time from my life, they gave me more of it. Imagine that: better health while gaining free time, not losing it like with traditional fitness approaches. And here's what makes me passionate about sharing this. This information is not just for people like me. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. It does not matter if your schedule is packed, if you're a man or a woman, whether you've tried and failed a dozen times before. None of that matters. Because here's the truth: the fitness industry does not want getting out. Getting and staying in shape takes far less effort than you've been led to believe. While a fitness coach can dramatically accelerate your success, you should not need one to maintain your results. Once you understand what I'm about to share, everything you think you know about weight loss will turn on its head. The best part? You don't need fancy equipment or expensive supplements. Your body is already programmed for success. It's just waiting for you to reset its internal thermostat. So let me ask you, are you ready to discover just how simple your transformation can be? Take a moment to think about your morning routine. Does this sound familiar? Standing in front of your closet, pushing past the clothes that you love to wear to find the ones that simply fit, catching a glimpse in the mirror and feeling that familiar wave of frustration. You've built a successful career, raised a wonderful family, achieved so much, which makes this one struggle feel even more defeating. Like many successful people, you've probably tried everything, started more diets than you can remember, sacrificed precious time with your family for workouts that promised results but never delivered. Maybe you've even started to believe that this is just a trade off, that being unhealthy is the inevitable price of success. But you're here because you sense there is a better way. You're what I call a wisdom seeker, someone who understands that lasting change is not about finding the perfect diet or workout plan. It's about transformation from the inside out. This isn't about another weight loss program. It's about evolution. It's about becoming someone who naturally maintains a healthy body without obsessing over it. Someone who makes good choices automatic as having their morning coffee. Someone who generally enjoys moving and eating well without rules or restrictions. Here's what makes this approach different. I'm not going to ask you to overhaul your entire life or sacrifice your career. Instead, I'll show you how to work with your nature, not against it, making this transformation feel almost inevitable. Let me share a powerful truth that will transform how you think about weight loss forever. There's a smart way and a hard way to achieve anything. And just because everyone's doing something one way does not mean it's the best way. Let me show you what I mean. If you take a closer look at traditional approaches to weight loss and getting in shape, you'll notice they rely on meticulously counting every calorie you eat, measuring and weighing all your portions, obsessively tracking steps and workouts, using willpower to fight constant cravings, forcing yourself to make the right choice every single time through sheer determination. Yes, these approaches can work. And yes, they do get a bit easier over time, but they never become truly effortless. It's like being on a constant tightrope walk. One slip and you fall back into your old habits. Is this really the best way to transform your body? What if I told you there is a completely different approach, one that works with your nature instead of against it? Let me share an analogy that will change how you think about weight loss forever. Imagine you just bought your dream house. It's perfect in every way except for one small detail. The thermostat is broken and stuck at a chilling 62 degrees. You want a cozy 72 degrees, but instead of fixing the thermostat, you opt for the quick fix, space heaters. Those space heaters are fighting a losing battle against your faulty thermostat. You might eventually reach 72 degrees, but your energy bills would skyrocket. And the moment you turn them off, the temperature would drop right back to 62. Obviously, no one in the right mind would choose space heaters over fixing the thermostat. And yet, this is exactly what most weight loss programs ask you to do. You see, your body has its own internal thermostat, a complex system of hormones that naturally regulates your weight. Leptin tells your brain that you've had enough to eat, while ghrelin signals when you truly need food. But in a modern world of processed foods and erratic eating patterns, this delicate system has been thrown off for most people. And what is the fitness industry solution? Instead of fixing your internal thermostat, they tell you to manually control everything you eat through counting calories and measuring portions. No different than using space heaters to fight against a broken thermostat rather than fixing it. If you look at healthy regions where people are naturally lean and healthy, these hormones work in perfect balance, just like a well calibrated thermostat. Here's the crucial insight most fitness professionals miss. Overeating, it is not the root cause of weight gain. Overeating itself is a symptom, and it's a symptom of a broken internal thermostat, just like fever is your body's response to an infection. When your internal thermostat is broken, manually controlling your portions is like taking fever medication without treating the underlying infection. Think about the last time you counted calories. You knew intellectually you've eaten enough, yet your body kept screaming for more food. Despite hitting all the right numbers, you felt deprived and hungry. That's not because of lack of willpower. It's because your body's signaling system is malfunctioning. Your broken internal thermostat keeps sending false hunger alarms, just like a faulty house thermostat that thinks 62 degrees is normal. Has that frustrating experience of feeling hungry despite eating enough ever happened to you? But what if instead of fighting your body every day, you could recalibrate your internal thermostat? What if we could restore your body's natural weight regulation system to work exactly as nature intended? Imagine waking up one day and realizing your body effortlessly signals exactly when to eat and when to stop. No calculations needed. Healthy movements feels as natural and necessary as brushing your teeth. The right food choices happen instinctively. Cravings for junk food simply fade away. Maintaining your ideal weight requires zero willpower or mental energy. Your lean, healthy body is simply a natural consequence of living your life. This isn't a fantasy. This is how our bodies are meant to function. I witnessed this firsthand in the healthy regions of Greece where I grew up. People there maintain their ideal weight without ever counting a calorie or following a diet. It's just their natural way of life. I've now helped hundreds of busy professionals achieve this same natural balance. Their success stories prove what I already know, that anyone can repair their body's internal thermostat. I'm not teaching your body anything new. It already knows exactly how to do this. It just needs a little help to remember. Right now, you have a choice. You can continue with the space heater approach, exhausting yourself trying to maintain results through sheer willpower, riding the endless roller coaster of yo yo dieting and cravings, feeling uncomfortable and self conscious in your own clothes, watching your health and energy decline, living with constant mental burden of tracking everything, never achieving the lasting transformation that you know you deserve. Or you can choose to fix your internal thermostat once and for all. Transform your body naturally over the coming months. Free yourself from the diet and exercise hamster wheel. Wake up feeling confident and comfortable in your own skin. Put your entire health journey on autopilot and finally focus on living your life instead of obsessing about food and exercise. Let me be clear about what makes the body thermostat solution different. Yes, both approaches require initial effort. Just like installing a proper thermostat takes more upfront work than plugging in space heaters. But that's where the similarities end. Once your internal thermostat is calibrated, maintaining your ideal weight becomes as natural as breathing, while traditional approaches require constant effort to maintain results. The real reason you've been struggling is not about carbs, calories, or complicated exercise routines. It's not about willpower or motivation either. It's much simpler and more fixable than that. Let me show you what really is holding you back. Here's the truth that might surprise you. Humans are not designed by nature to be overweight or unhealthy. The explosion of weight issues and health problems in our modern world is not because our body suddenly changed, it's because our environment has. Look at traditional communities around the world that still maintain their ancestral ways of eating and living. From the tribes of Africa to villages in the blue zones, you'll find something remarkable. Obesity is virtually non existent, and modern diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer are extremely rare. Even in our own society, just look back 50, 100 years ago, many of today's common health issues were not as common. What does this tell you? That the weight struggles and health challenges so many people face today are not their fault. They are the result of living in an environment our bodies are not designed for. Now, before you worry that I'm going to suggest that you abandon modern life and move to a remote village, relax. You don't need to give up your current lifestyle to reclaim your natural state of health, but you do need to take a radically different approach than what the fitness industry has been selling you. Let me explain why. Your mind operates on two levels: your conscious mind, the thinking, analyzing part that's watching this right now, and your subconscious mind, which quietly runs everything from your heartbeat to your habits. Here's something fascinating that cognitive neuroscientists have discovered. Your conscious mind, that thinking, analyzing part of you, can only process 40 bits of information per second. But your subconscious mind can handle an astonishing 40 million bits in the same second. Think of it this way: your conscious mind is like a flashlight beam in a dark room, brilliant but narrow, only able to focus on one area at a time. Your subconscious mind, on the other hand, is like a stadium of lights, illuminating and managing everything at once. Your brain is incredibly efficient. It's designed to shift any repeating behaviors to your subconscious mind, your internal autopilot, in other words, freeing up your limited conscious resources for what they do best: creativity, problem solving, and fully experiencing life. In fact, about 95% of your daily actions and decisions are already running on this autopilot system. This is why traditional fitness approaches, which rely heavily on conscious effort and willpower, are so exhausting. They're trying to run everything through your conscious mind, which has very limited processing power. Here's the fatal flaw of in traditional fitness approaches that the industry does not want you to understand. The activities that require constant measuring, counting, and monitoring can never shift to your subconscious autopilot. It's like trying to breathe naturally while counting every breath. The very act of counting prevents it from becoming automatic. Your conscious mind, with its tiny 40-bit processing power, gets trapped in an endless loop of calculations. How many calories in this meal? How many steps today? How many minutes of exercising left? This is precisely why traditional weight loss methods are like those space heaters battling your broken thermostat. Yes, you might force the temperature up temporarily, but your conscious mind is exhausted from constant monitoring. Your limited willpower gets drained fighting against your body's signals. The moment you stop counting and measuring, everything snaps back. You're stuck in a cycle of constant calculations and control. And eventually, like those overworked space heaters, you burn out. The real solution is not about better counting or stricter monitoring. It's about fixing your body's natural regulation system so it can work automatically the way it was designed to. Let me take you back to Greece, where I witnessed a different reality. People there maintain lean, healthy bodies into their 90s without ever counting calories, hitting the gym, or obsessing over the weight. Why? Their internal thermostat worked perfectly, allowing them to eat only when truly hungry and stop when satisfied, at least most of the time, move naturally throughout their day, enjoy all foods without guilt or restriction, maintain their health without conscious effort. These weren't conscious choices requiring willpower. They were simply habits running on autopilot through their subconscious mind as natural as breathing. Now, let me show you the three transformative pillars that will help you achieve this same natural balance. These pillars work with your biology, not against it, and once properly established, they become as automatic as the habits of those healthy Mediterranean communities. Pillar number one is exercise, but not the way you think. Here's the truth that most fitness professionals won't admit. Those intense hour long workouts they promote are actually setting you up for failure. Why? Because they depend entirely on motivation. And building your fitness on motivation is like building a house on quicksand. Think about how you brush your teeth every morning. You don't need motivation. You don't debate whether you feel like doing it or not. You just do it automatically. That's because brushing your teeth is a simple, short action that became habitual through practice. This is the secret to making exercise stick. Instead of exhausting workouts that demand massive willpower, we're going to make exercise as automatic as brushing your teeth by keeping it ridiculously simple. One, start with just 5 minutes of walking, 3 days per week. Add basic movements like wall push ups, squats, and stretches. Break these up throughout your day in 1 to 2 minute chunks. Here's why this approach is revolutionary. You're not finding time for exercise, you're using the time you already have. Got 60 seconds between meetings? Do some squats. Taking a phone call? Walk while you talk. Waiting for your coffee to brew? Do some stretches. Yes, it sounds almost too easy, but that's exactly the point. Just like you wouldn't expect a seed to become a prize winning tomato overnight, we're not aiming for instant transformation. We're planting the seeds of habits that will grow stronger over time. The magic happens because these small actions fit seamlessly into your existing routine. No gym memberships, no schedule upheavals, just simple movements that become as automatic as reaching for your morning coffee. Only after these small actions become habitual do we gradually increase the challenge. This start small approach might feel too simple, but it's precisely why it succeeds where other programs fail. It works with your brain's natural habit forming system instead of fighting against it. When exercise becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth, you never need to rely on motivation again. Your subconscious mind handles it automatically, just like it's designed to do so. Pillar number two, restore your body's natural hunger intelligence. Remember our broken thermostat? Your body's hunger and satisfaction signals work the same way. And as I explained earlier, they've been thrown off by modern life. But here's the key insight that changes everything. Nature gave us hunger for one simple purpose: to signal when our body needs nourishment. Think about that for a moment. Eating when you're not truly hungry is like putting gas in a full tank. It does not serve any purpose, it actually causes harm. But how can you know when to eat if your body's signal system is miscalibrated? The solution is remarkably simple. The reset window, a 16-hour break between your last meal of the day and the first meal of the next day. Before you think that's impossible, consider this. You're already fasting while asleep. Finish dinner at 7 p.m., have the first meal the next day at 11 a.m., and you just completed a reset window. Here's how we rebuild your body's natural intelligence. First, we use the reset window to recalibrate your hunger signals. Then, we develop the habit of responding only to true hunger. Finally, we let your restored system guide your eating naturally. When your body's signals are properly calibrated, something remarkable happens. You naturally eat exactly what your body needs. No counting, no measuring, no mental gymnastics required. The weight comes off automatically because your body only signals hunger for the fuel it actually needs. This is where good coaching makes a dramatic difference. Just as a skilled driving instructor helps master driving faster and more safely than figuring it out alone, proper guidance helps you navigate common pitfalls like emotional eating that derails so many people's efforts. The most beautiful part? Once mastered and eating according to true hunger becomes as automatic as riding a bike, you'll never forget. And here's the liberating truth: what you eat matters far less than learning to eat only out of genuine hunger. Master this pillar, and everything else falls naturally into place. Here's the hidden power of pillar number two: cellular rejuvenation. While restoring your natural hunger signals leads to effortless weight loss, I need to share something even more remarkable. A discovery so groundbreaking it won the 2016 Nobel Prize in Medicine. It's called autophagy, and it's essentially your body's internal renovation crew. When you learn to eat only from genuine hunger, you naturally create gaps between meals that triggers this incredible process. Think of autophagy like your body's internal maintenance crew. It systematically goes through your cells, identifying worn or damaged parts and either repairing or removing them, leaving you with cleaner, healthier, better functioning cells. The benefits of activating this natural process are extraordinary. One, anti-aging from within removes cellular damage that accelerates aging, maintains vibrant cellular function, helps your body age more gracefully. Two, disease protection guards against neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's, helps prevent cancer by removing damaged cells, protects heart and liver health. Three, metabolic excellence enhances your body's response to insulin, optimizes blood sugar control, improves your body's ability to burn both fat and sugar for fuel. Four, supercharged immunity strengthens your natural defense system, reduces chronic inflammation, enhances your body's ability to fight infections. Five, brain optimization supports your brain's ability to form new connections, enhances mental clarity and function, protects against cognitive decline. Six, enhanced recovery, accelerates tissue repair, maintains muscle health, speeds recovery from exercise and injury. Here's what makes this so exciting. While most people obsess over calories and pounds, you'll be activating one of your body's most powerful rejuvenation processes simply by eating the way nature intended. Yes, you will lose the weight, but you will gain something far more valuable: optimum health at the cellular level. Think of it this way: the weight loss is just the visible tip of the iceberg. The real transformation is happening deep within every cell of your body. Here's the fascinating truth about why you rarely hear about autophagy in the mainstream media. You cannot bottle it, package it, or turn it into a pill. It's your body's built in rejuvenation system, completely free and already installed. Think about the health and fitness messaging that bombards you daily. Every commercial, every advertisement, every sponsored post is trying to sell you something: a miracle supplement, a revolutionary diet food, a breakthrough medication, or the latest exercise gadget. The global wellness industry spends billions convincing you that better health requires opening your wallet. But autophagy? It's nature's ultimate free lunch. In fact, it's better than free. When people learn to activate their body's natural processes, they need fewer supplements or not at all. They often reduce or eliminate medications. They naturally eat less processed food. They spend less money on health products. No wonder you don't see primetime commercials about it. Those of us who teach about autophagy are sharing a secret that big corporations hope you'll never discover. Your body already has everything it needs to thrive. We're telling people how to improve their health without buying anything. And that's not exactly a message that attracts corporate sponsorships. This is precisely why I'm so passionate about sharing this information. Everyone deserves to know about their body's incredible built in healing system. Pillar three, make healthy eating effortless. Here's the liberating truth: you already know what healthy eating looks like. The challenge is not knowledge, it's implementation. And like our first two pillars, the secret lies in working with your nature, not against it. Consider this fascinating fact: most of us naturally cycle through just 13 to 15 foods each month. This is why we use what I call the single swap strategy. One, identify one regular meal or snack that should be upgraded. Two, make the upgrade. Three, practice until it's automatic. Four, only then move to the next upgrade. Think of it like renovating your house. You wouldn't tear down every room at once. That would make your house unlivable. Instead, you upgrade one room at a time, allowing you to live comfortably while making steady improvements. The same principle applies to your food choices. Each change becomes permanent before we tackle the next. What makes this approach revolutionary? No forbidden foods or restrictive rules. Changes happen at your natural pace. Each improvement becomes automatic before moving on. You build new habits instead of fighting old ones. Here's the real game changer. Once your hunger signals are restored through pillar number two, what you eat becomes less critical. When you eat only from true hunger, your body handles occasional indulgence remarkably well. Eating well 80% of the time, combined with your recalibrated hunger signals, creates lasting transformation without the struggle. In 3 decades of working with clients, I've never seen someone fully implement these three pillars and fail to transform their body and health. Not once. Because when you fix your body's internal thermostat and work with your natural tendencies, maintaining your ideal weight isn't just possible, it becomes truly effortless. Now that you know about the three pillars, let me ask you a question that reveals the next big challenge. In an age where unlimited fitness information is at our fingertips, from YouTube videos to blog posts to scientific articles, why isn't everyone in amazing shape? Think about this paradox. We can learn anything online instantly. Free workout routines, healthy recipes, the science of weight loss, it's all there just a click away. Yet, despite this ocean of free information, obesity rates are climbing higher than ever before. Health problems are increasing. People are struggling more than ever with their weight. Why? The answer is not what you might expect. Yes, the contradicting information creates confusion. Yes, the conflicting advice is overwhelming, but that's not the real reason people struggle. Here's a surprising truth. Understanding these three pillars is powerful, but knowledge alone rarely creates lasting transformation. Not because of lack of willpower, not because of weak commitment, but because of something far more fundamental: how our brains are wired to create lasting change. Let me explain why this matters more than all the fitness information in the world. Let me share a fascinating discovery from behavioral scientists that explains why knowledge alone rarely creates lasting change. The research reveals something remarkable about human nature. When people commit to making a significant life change, with self commitment alone, 35% succeed. With accountability to another person, 65% succeed. With expert guidance and weekly check ins, an astounding 95% succeed. Think about what those numbers really mean. The difference between going it alone and having guided accountability isn't just significant, it's the difference between likely failure and almost certain success. Why such a dramatic difference? Because we're literally hardwired to honor commitments to others more than promises to ourselves. This isn't a weakness, it's human nature at its most fundamental level. Your brain is designed to maintain familiar patterns, and breaking through them alone requires immense willpower. But when you add accountability to someone else, you tap into one of the most powerful forces in human psychology: our deep seated drive to keep our word to others. Here's a simple way to prove this to yourself. Think about how many times you've promised yourself you would start eating better or exercise more regularly. Now, compare that to how many times you kept commitments to your children, your clients, or your team. The difference is striking, isn't it? This is precisely why having the right support system isn't just helpful. It's often the critical difference between another failed attempt and lasting transformation. Just as a skilled driving instructor helps you master driving faster and more safely than figuring it out alone, the right coach helps you navigate the path to your ideal weight with greater speed, confidence, and certainty. This is where strategic coaching creates true transformation. A great coach does not just give you information, they create the precise accountability structure that turns these three pillars into lasting habits. They ensure these new patterns stick even when life gets chaotic. But here's what makes great coaching truly powerful. The end goal is your complete independence. Think of it like learning to drive. At first, you need an instructor beside you guiding every movement. Now, you drive automatically without conscious thought. Yes, we all occasionally need a quick refresh of good habits, but we don't need constant guidance anymore. This is exactly how we work at Live Your Way Thin. We guide you step by step through building these pillars, ensuring they become automatic, and then step back as you take control. Because real transformation is not about creating dependence, it's about creating habits so natural you'll maintain them effortlessly for life on your own. This is why I created the Body Thermostat solution, which I teach at Live Your Way Thin, an approach designed to work with your nature, not against it. After 30 years in fitness, I've learned one unchangeable truth. When you fight against human nature almost always wins. Traditional methods prove this. They might work initially, but 95% of the people cannot sustain the results because they ignore how humans actually function. The Body Thermos solution provides expert guidance to help you align with your body's natural intelligence instead of fighting against them. Let me show you exactly how we transform these three pillars from concepts into daily reality. What I'm about to share will fundamentally change your relationship with health and fitness forever. You'll understand why hundreds of busy professionals have finally broken free from the endless cycle of dieting and achieved lasting results with far less effort than they ever imagined possible. One final truth about human nature that changes everything. Your brain only creates lasting change when new habits are introduced at a pace it's naturally wired to accept. Here's one final truth about human nature that changes everything. Your brain only creates lasting change when new habits are introduced at a pace it's naturally wired to accept. Think about traditional weight loss programs. In a rush for quick results, they overwhelm you with radical changes all at once. New diet, new exercise routine, new lifestyle, all starting Monday. Your brain's response? Stress and resistance. This isn't stubbornness or lack of commitment. It's your brain's natural protection against too much change too quickly. Consider how you've learned everything important in your life. Did you take all the classes for your degree in one semester? Of course not. That would be impossible. You learn step by step, building on each previous success. Yet, most weight loss programs ignore this fundamental truth about how we learn and adapt. They try to change everything at once, and that's exactly why so many people cannot stick with those programs. The body thermal solution takes a radically different approach. We implement change the way your brain is designed to accept it, one small, manageable step at a time. Here's the paradox that makes this approach so powerful. While it might seem slower at first, it's actually the fastest path to permanent transformation. Why? Because each small change becomes a permanent part of who you are, not just something you do. Instead of temporary results from unsustainable changes, you build a naturally healthy lifestyle that lasts. Let me show you exactly how we implement these transformations through a proven four-step process. Here's how we ensure your success. One, your personal roadmap. We provide comprehensive workbooks for each step that explains not just what to do, but why you're doing it. Understanding the science behind each habit naturally fuels your motivation. Two, personalized guidance. Through one on one coaching, we customize all the information from those workbooks to fit your unique lifestyle. No cookie cutter approaches here, just solutions that work for your life and schedule. Three, simple progress tracking. A specialized app prevents overwhelm by focusing on one key action at a time. You'll track only until that action becomes automatic. Your coach monitors your progress and it's always just a message away when you need support between sessions. Four, your natural pace. Some habits you master quickly, others may take a little more time. And that's exactly as it should be. We ensure each change is rock solid before moving forward because success is measured by how well these habits stick, not how quickly you complete them. Now, let me walk you through the four transformative steps that will reshape your relationship with health and fitness forever. Each step builds naturally on the one before, creating a seamless journey that works with your body's natural wisdom. Step 1, the mindset reset, your foundation for effortless success. Let me share a truth that 90% of fitness programs ignore. Trying to change your habits without first changing your mindset is like pressing the brake and gas pedal at the same time. You burn out while going nowhere. Here's why this matters. Your thoughts drive every food choice, every response to stress, every decision about movement. If willpower and motivation were enough to make all the necessary changes, you would have achieved your goals already. The key is addressing something far more fundamental: your mind's automatic responses to food, stress, and challenges. Through a proven system, you'll experience powerful transformations in just 7 days. Cravings naturally diminish as your new mental patterns take hold. Stress eating transforms into productive coping strategies. Emotional eating patterns shift into balanced choices. Setbacks become opportunities for growth instead of triggers for giving up. A new sense of control emerges naturally. Most importantly, will equip you with practical mental tools that support the development of these three pillars, making a lean, healthy body effortless to maintain. This isn't a theory. It's the exact system I use to break my own stress eating cycle and has transformed hundreds of busy professionals' relationship with food and fitness. While mastery deepens over time, you will gain enough proficiency in just 7 days to experience immediate benefits that grow stronger as we progress. Best of all, resetting your mindset is far simpler than most people imagine. Step 2, fit without effort, where movement becomes automatic. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't need motivation to do it. You don't debate whether you feel like doing it. It just happens automatically. Now, imagine if exercise could be that effortless. Here's a revolutionary truth about fitness that most programs miss. Exercise does not need willpower when it's broken into small, natural actions spread throughout your day. Just like your body's internal thermostat automatically regulates temperature, we can create an automatic movement system that maintains your fitness without conscious effort. Enter micro movements, your path to effortless fitness. Flow naturally into your existing routine, take zero extra time from your day, build strength without building sweat, transform your body almost without you noticing. Here's how we make it happen. One, map your daily patterns to find natural movement opportunities. Two, we install specific trigger points that automatically activates exercise. Three, build strength through simple high impact movements. And four, create a system where fitness happens without thinking. The results? Real world strength and fitness that develops while you live your life, never again having to find time for exercise. Unlike traditional programs that become harder to maintain, this approach actually gets easier with time as these movements become as natural as breathing. But this is just the beginning. Once movement becomes truly automatic, we tackle something even more fundamental in step 3, repairing your body's internal food regulation system. Step 3, restore your body's natural food thermostat. What's a baby? They naturally consume exactly what their body needs, no more, no less. That perfect internal food regulation system still exists within you. It's just been miscalibrated, like a thermostat giving incorrect readings. In this transformative step, we'll restore your body's natural ability to regulate food through three strategic phases. Phase one, the reset window. Just like rebooting a computer clears system errors, our strategic meal timing resets your body's food regulation system to its factory settings. This isn't about restriction, it's about restoration. We are simply clearing the static that has been interfering with your body's natural signals. In this phase, we restore proper function to leptin and ghrelin, your body's hunger hormones, so you naturally know when to eat and when to stop. Phase 2, rediscover true hunger. You'll learn to distinguish between genuine hunger, your body's true need for nourishment, and what I like to call counterfeit hunger, those false signals triggered by stress, habit, or emotions. Imagine having a reliable internal compass that always points to exactly what your body needs. Phase 3, natural satisfaction. Using a proven eating protocol, you'll reconnect with your body's natural enough signals. Like a perfectly calibrated thermostat, your body will naturally maintain ideal portions without conscious effort. You'll find yourself satisfied with less food while enjoying every bite more than ever. The transformation you experience? Freedom from the mental burden of calorie counting, effortless portion control that happens automatically, liberation from food obsession and guilt, complete trust in your body's signals, natural weight management without constant vigilance. Remember, you're not just losing weight effortlessly, you're activating autophagy, your body's powerful cellular renewal process. This isn't a modern invention. It's returning to how humans ate for thousands of years before our natural systems got scrambled. The world's healthiest population maintain ideal weight without ever counting calories or obsessing about food. We aim for 80% consistency because that's real life. This isn't about becoming a food monk. It's about becoming someone who naturally maintains their ideal weight without constant effort. You'll navigate everything from business dinners to family celebrations with effortless ease. Think of it this way. Just as we reset your mindset in step one and automated movement in step two, now we're recalibrating your body's most sophisticated system, its natural ability to regulate food intake. When this system works correctly, maintaining your ideal weight becomes as automatic as maintaining your body's temperature. Step 4, make healthy eating automatic. Now that your internal thermostat handles when and how much to eat, let's make the what to eat just as effortless. Think of it like upgrading your car's fuel. By instead of switching to premium gas overnight, we make small improvements that compound into profound changes in performance. Remember how most of us rotate to just 13 to 15 foods regularly? Instead of overwhelming you with a complete diet overhaul, we upgrade these choices one at a time through our micro habits process. First, map your food landscape. We will identify your current food rotation, understand your eating patterns, spot natural opportunities for upgrades. Second, make strategic swaps. We will target one obvious improvement at a time, choose healthy alternatives you genuinely enjoy, keep what works, upgrade what does not. Third, build automatic habits. We will install specific triggers for new choices, create an environment that makes healthy choices easier, develop routines that make good decisions automatic, move forward only when the new habit is effortless. Think of it like renovating your house. You upgrade one room at a time, making each improvement permanent before moving to the next. We follow the 80-20 principle. Aim for 80% nutritious choices while keeping 80% flexible for life's pleasures. No forbidden foods, no guilt, no rigid rules. Just strategic improvements that compound into lasting change. The result? Healthy eating becomes as automatic as your morning coffee routine. Your good choices happen by default, not by decision. Combined with your recalibrated hunger signals and automated movement patterns, you'll have a complete system for effortless weight and health maintenance. Let me address one of the most common questions I hear. How long would it take? The honest answer, your journey is unique to you. Some people need just 3 months of coaching to master these steps, others 6 months, and some may need longer. That is why our coaching contract is month to month. We adapt to your personal pace of transformation. And here's what I can promise you with absolute certainty. Once you complete our program and your body's thermostat is working correctly, something remarkable happens. You'll transform from the person who constantly wonders, how do I find time for health? To becoming the one everyone's asked, how do you stay in such a great shape while managing everything else? Best of all, your lean, healthy body will simply be the natural outcome of simply living your life. That is what makes the body thermal solution fundamentally different. Unlike traditional programs that demand more and more effort over time, this approach becomes increasingly effortless. It's specifically designed for busy professionals and anyone with limited time who wants lasting results without sacrificing success, their family time, or their sanity. Think about it. You've likely spent years fighting your body's natural systems, cycling through diets, gym memberships, and personal training that ultimately left you frustrated. Isn't it worth investing a few focused months to fix your internal thermostat once and for all? Here's what makes our approach not just more effective, but also more affordable. Traditional fitness coaching programs require frequent sessions because they're fighting against human nature, which demands constant monitoring to force compliance. Our approach is different. By working with your natural tendencies and introducing changes in small, manageable steps, you need fewer coaching sessions to develop habits that stick. With the body thermostat solution, you get better, more permanent outcomes while spending less. Because working with your nature is always more efficient than fighting against it. I believe the body thermostat solution represents the future of sustainable weight loss because it's the only approach that addresses the root cause while working with human nature, not against it. While traditional methods continue to fight our biology, we're creating lasting transformation by restoring our body natural wisdom, something no other weight loss program ever attempted to do. Today you discovered three life-changing truths. One, your body has a natural weight regulation system that, when working correctly, makes health effortless. Two, traditional approaches fail because they fight against this system instead of fixing it. Three, there's a proven path to repairing your internal thermostat that makes health automatic. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. Continue on your current path, and 6 months from now, you'll likely be still fighting the same daily battles with food and weight, still feeling uncomfortable in your clothes, still exhausting yourself with willpower based solutions, still wondering why nothing seems to work long term. Or choose to repair your body's natural systems and instead be living confidently in a body that maintains itself, making healthy choices as automatic as breathing, free from the constant mental burden of food decisions, and finally at peace with your body and health. The real cost of waiting isn't just physical. It's the energy you could be bringing to your career, the memories you could be making with your family, the confidence you could be carrying into every room, the mental freedom you could be enjoying every day. The choice is yours. But remember, 6 months will pass either way. The question is, where do you want to be when they do? Next step comes down to three choices. Choice number one, continue as you are, let another year slip by, hoping things will somehow be different while following the same patterns that have not worked. Choice number two, try implementing these principles alone, navigating through trial and error, piecing together the system by yourself, learning through mistakes along the way. Choice number three, let me guide you through a proven system. Follow the exact steps that have transformed hundreds of lives with expert guidance, ensuring you avoid common pitfalls and achieve lasting results in the shortest time possible. If you're ready to stop experimenting and start transforming, I would like to offer you something more valuable than the typical free consultation. I invite you to experience a comprehensive discovery session that can be done at our facility in Denver, Connecticut, or online. This discovery session is designed to deliver real value regardless of your decision. Even if you choose to implement our approach on your own, you will walk away from this discovery session with crucial insight to help you succeed. During this focused strategy session, you'll get clarity on what's truly holding you back. Learn if your internal thermostat needs resetting. Discover the exact steps to achieve lasting change. Leave with actionable strategies you can start immediately. See if our approach aligns with your goals. Unlike typical consultations, this session is about finding real solutions. If I don't believe we can help you achieve lasting results, I'll tell you directly and suggest alternative paths. Think about it. You've tried fighting your body's natural systems for years with temporary solutions. This session is your opportunity to finally understand why previous attempts have not lasted and learn how to work with your body instead of against it. In just one focused hour, you'll gain insights that could save you years of trial and error. There's absolutely no risk, and you will walk away with valuable insights whether we work together or not. I understand if this feels too simple to be true. After all, we've been conditioned to believe that getting healthy requires endless struggle and sacrifice, that every meal needs to be a battle of willpower. that success means hours of punishing workouts. But as you have seen today, weight loss only feels hard because traditional approaches fight against your body's natural wisdom instead of working with it. If what you've heard today resonates with you, if you're ready to stop fighting your body and start working with it, I hope you take me up on the free one-on-one discovery session offer. In just 45 minutes, we will map out your personal reset plan and identify the exact lifestyle adjustments needed to get your internal thermostat working correctly again. One conversation could transform your entire relationship with health, just as it has for hundreds of others for who once stood exactly where you are right now. Remember, those previous attempts did not fail because you lacked willpower or discipline. They failed because they worked against your body's natural wisdom. The lean, energetic, confident person you want to be isn't some distant dream. That person is already within you, waiting for your internal thermostat to be reset to its natural state. Taking the first step is simple. Schedule your free discovery session today. Let's explore how to make health and fitness what it was always meant to be: effortless, sustainable, and natural. So let me ask you, 6 months from now, looking back at this moment, what would your future self wish you had chosen? Another 6 months of struggling with the same approaches that have not worked? Or 6 months of working with your body's natural wisdom, finally feeling what it is like to be naturally lean and healthy? The choice is yours. And remember, you don't need to join just because you came on this session. Book your session now and discover what is possible when you work with your body.